practice. Rahul sir, I think you should start recording much before this. Are you recording because of Pixel programming? Please record it with it, and we'll figure out with Ritesh sir how he was uploading and ours is not being uploaded. I would like the entire session captured. Thank you so much. Okay, so very, very beautiful fact, and it's very beautiful. It's amazing. And I think all of us know about this, but yet sometimes it's hidden away. So how wonderful. Let's go for it. Any reader? Asmeet, I'd love to hear your voice this morning. So in fact lifestyle number 44, stay away from the deadly but well hidden ingredient. Sanya आजकल घूम ही रही है क्या? कभी Delhi, कभी Hyderabad, or are the couple in Delhi, or how is it? They are here. How wonderful. They're with you in Jammu, I believe. How beautiful. Lovely. Chalo, Asmeet ji, let's start our morning. I told you it's going to be wonderful.
Stay away from this deadly but well-hidden ingredient. At this very moment, studies around obesity and weight loss are taking place in laboratories across the world. Most of these studies test their solutions on mice that are intentionally made fat by injecting them with one ingredient that is found in almost 80% of processed food around the world: monosodium glutamate, or MSG. Most of us check for this in the Chinese food we order, but don't realize it is an ingredient in the most of our processed food as well. In the 1960s, the phrase Chinese restaurant syndrome was coined by the New England Journal of Medicine to give a name to the symptom many people experienced within 20 minutes of eating Chinese food. People reported tingling sensations, immense hunger, brain fog, chest pain, and pressure. Later, a link was found between MSG and these intense reactions that people had. Glutamate is an amino acid. The liver can efficiently break down amino acids, but when one molecule of sodium is attached to it, it becomes very unstable, which puts a lot of oxidative stress on the liver to break it down. In most cases, your body is unable to flush this out. MSG creates neurotoxicity in the body, which causes brain cells to die. While in the bloodstream, it fires up the nervous system and tricks the brain so that you feel more hungry. That's why you may have felt hungry within 2 hours of Chinese food. This is because it has a direct impact on the pancreas, forcing it to produce more insulin. In children, MSG can cause attention disorders. If it can fire up the brain of an adult, imagine what it can do to the brain of a child. The problem of limiting MSG consumption arises because it is addictive. This is why when you open a packet of chips, it's hard to stop at 1 or 2. MSG wreaks havoc on your hormones and can create imbalance of the kind you have in PCOD, ovarian issues, testosterone issues, or in case of low libido in men and women. Most packaged food and restaurants will tell you the food contains no MSG because it is disguised as hydrolyzed vegetable protein. This is because the laws allow companies to get away with representing certain ingredients in a different way. Hydrolyzed vegetable protein sounds healthy because it contains the word protein and vegetables. However, it's nothing but MSG. Other terms under which MSG is listed are vegetable gum and yeast extracts. There are over 15 or 20 other names which are used to disguise MSG. The only way to reduce MSG consumption is to eat less processed food and more home-cooked food. If you really want to eat Chinese food, choose a restaurant that offers food without Ajinomoto, which is again nothing but MSG.
So a lot of us were using MSG in our Chinese food, which we were making at home. So I don't know, the women must know, some men who are fond of it must know, it comes like crystalline salt. Then it was said not to have it. So now, of course, when we make food at home, we're not putting MSG, but how about the restaurants? So if you tell them while you're ordering your food that, we do not want Ajinomoto, we have a reaction, then most definitely they will not put it. If you don't say that, they will put it. So please just say we have a reaction, do not put it. And then they will be very, very, very sure. Yes, Ajinomoto. They will be very, very, very sure that they will not put it. Women who are pregnant aren't supposed to have. If you start saying that we have allergic reaction, they will be super sure that they will not put it. So that's just one day. Of course, that's not a good way to say it. So what you can also say is be honest and say, "Hamare khane mein Ajinomoto nahi hona chahiye," because it doesn't suit us or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty good. You just, it doesn't suit our bodies, and not suit nobody's bodies. So maybe start becoming a little conscious about this, because we've seen it's so toxic for our body. I'd like to read the next chapter. I'd like Asmi to read the next chapter also. So certainty on the page. This is very, very beautiful, very amazing. Unfortunately, I haven't tried it. I mean, I have that machine where we measure it. I mean, with to heat it, but I haven't done it. But a friend of mine has done it. She was very highly claiming it. So unfortunately, I haven't done it. But please, let's read about this to understand a bit more. Lifestyle number 45, the 500 ml water shot. Asmeet, over to you. Okay, so you have to make Asmeet the co-host also. Whoever is reading, please आप एक note कर लीजिए. Please start making him the co-host also. And meditation के time पे प्रशांत sir co-host कर दीजिए. जी.
The 500 ml water shot. You've heard every nutritionist, doctor, and magazine telling you of the importance of water in your body. But I would like to delve deeper into the subject and examine some of the research being conducted across Australia and the US called water-induced thermogenesis. Research has shown that drinking 500 ml of water at a temperature between 22 and 23 and 37 degrees has the ability to raise your metabolic rate by almost 30 to 40%. By drinking, I don't mean gulping it all down in one go, but finishing it in about 2 to 3 minutes. The thermogenic effect is a result of your body trying to warm up the 500 ml of water you drink. The increase in metabolism depends on your body type and how big and heavy you are. It happens within 10 minutes of drinking the water and continues for almost 1 hour after doing so. The number of calories burnt won't be huge, but it will improve the body's fat burning ability. The key point is that the water should be at the right temperature. A lot of people drink cold water thinking that this will burn more calories, as the body has to produce more energy to warm up cold water. But the cold water shocks your organs and slows down digestion. Thus, it isn't a good idea to drink a lot of cold water throughout the day. There is a direct connection between your brain and water. The hypothalamus is the master gland of the body and the interface between your hormones, endocrine system, and nervous system. If there's any drop in water content, it affects your hypothalamus, which affects your hormonal balance and nervous system. One of the main jobs of the hypothalamus is to regulate appetite and cravings. Inadequate water in the body can create unnecessary cravings and make you eat more. When your water contains a lot of caffeine, sugar, salt, or preservatives, such as in sugar-rich or aerated drinks, you are drinking water, but all of it does not get absorbed. Plain water, which is rich in minerals or with lemon or other fruits infused in it, adds the mineral content that improves absorption of the water. Communication between cells is based on the fluids in your body. The base of all fluids is water. Thus, even a 1% drop in water in the body impacts communication between billions of cells, which can affect everything from hormone production to detoxification of your organs. Your genes expect not just energy, but also information to carry out innumerable reactions in your body. This information is received from food and water in form of vitamins and minerals.
Let's understand very clearly. Some people say कि प्यास नहीं लगती, बहुत पानी नहीं पी पाते. That's all right. But are you having water-rich food? So are you having vegetables which have curry? Are you having fruits which have water? which means are you having more of water-based food, which could be anything, which could be something like watermelon, it could be any citrus fruit which is juicy. So get your water in your body correctly there, because even a slight little dip in your body temperature with the water will be a problem. And of course, this chapter is a lot about how you're having the 500 ml water shot. Now the temperature is the key. So lukewarm water, that's why do you think people have been saying lukewarm water is good after meals? This is similar. It's just that it's a little bit more than that. So if people are comfortable, so the, small little water temperature measures come. I have it. I'm going to send the picture once we are done with the session today. Very little chotu. You can just dip in your water and its temperature will be recorded. So microwave water is a real bad idea. Gas पे आपको थोड़ा देर बाद मालूम पड़ जाएगा. This is temperature supposed to have, because 22 से 37 15 डिग्री का फर्क है. So how hot do you want or how lukewarm do you want depends upon that. And it's very nice. You should just, like, I've had it. I'm not saying I haven't had it, but I haven't done a therapy of continuing this. So one full day I had it, but I haven't been able to manage it. So they're saying that it really makes thermogenic effect in our body. And when the body warms up, whatever water we are drinking, it increases the metabolism. That's why बहुत लोग बोलते हैं खाने के बाद निवाया गर्म गुनगुना पानी पीना चाहिए. तो उससे आपकी बॉडी का लेवल बढ़ जाता है. All the stuff which you eaten, firstly it will digest, the oil will come out of it. Secondly, it will help your body burn more fat. So that's why they keep saying that keep sipping on lukewarm water. And that's why if you look at the Chinese, they're all the Japanese, they're all the time having this shot. Their cups also very tiny, like just their bodies are very tiny and the cups are very tiny. This is practically, they're like having small bit of it. But of course, here we've been told to have 500, half a liter. And it's not so tough. So if you sit down, it's about 2 glasses. So it's not too tough. So if you can actually put them in a flask and keep having it, the temperature will be maintained as well. Let's turn the next page and finish this chapter.
Most of us confuse thirst for hunger. You eat more thinking you're hungry, and then insulin levels increase to act on the raised blood sugar levels. So the next time you are hungry, think back to when you last drank water. I've done a little calculation wherein if you wake up and drink 1 liter of water in the morning, 500 ml in the afternoon and about 30 minutes before lunch, and 500 ml in the evening about 30 minutes before dinner. That way you'll have consumed 2 liters. I would add 500 ml more before an evening snack at about 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. And then consider about 500 ml that is sipped throughout the day, which makes it a total of 3 liters every day. If you exercise a lot, you should consume more water. This way you can integrate this tip into your daily schedule. I have mentioned 30 minutes before meals, as I had earlier explained why you shouldn't have water for at least 30 minutes before eating. If you think you'll forget, you can use apps to remind yourself. Keep water with you throughout the day. There should be a bottle with you wherever you go so that you remember to stay hydrated. Just remember not to mix it with your food and don't overdo it.
Okay, so very, very important. We're not supposed to mix this water with the food. A lot of us are in the habit of having water along with the food. So as I said before, when I got married and came in this family, there was no glasses and water only on the dining table. I was wondering, except bhi nahi peete, because they never mixed it. Of course, now children are here. We all are drinking it bit by bit. But if you have to have very little water, very little, just wo pyas hatane ke liye. And at the beginning of this chapter, this page, it says, many of us confuse thirst for hunger. So we want to eat something thinking we are hungry. That time, try and have water and see if you settle in a couple of minutes. Because if you're hungry, then you're going to increase your insulin levels. So, and they are going to change the entire system. The healing time will be taken into digestion time again. So please think about it. Think about when you last drank water. And of course, Luke's calculation is wonderful. I have followed this calculation in having water in my day. So that's why because I used to be a water ka chore pehle I was having too much, then too less. So I joined a dietitian long back after I delivered my younger one, which is 14 years ago. She said, every 10 kilos is equal to 1 liter. So if you're 60 kilos of body weight, 6 liters of water. So that time we used to have over too much. So I got used to having a lot of water. But when I came back to normal life, even 3 liters was tough because it was a challenge. Then I started having it in water bottles straight from it. So I know one bottle is down. I've finished so much. So I've also started seeing when to have before lunch, after lunch, in the evening. The idea is to have 3 liters of water before the day finishes, and that too before 6 o'clock. After that, you don't have to go to the loo too much if you don't have after that. Then you'll have a deep sleep. Somebody was asked me one day that what's a good thing to have a deep sleep? Having water before 6 o'clock and sleeping in bed with 3 hours of no water is a good idea, because then you can't go to loo and you'll be just having a deep sleep. Thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book. Thank you, Smith, for reading. Tomorrow we'll read the chapter further. And now we'll move on to this beautiful book, Ikigai. So in Ikigai, we were just summarizing and we were understanding the importance of moais. We were understanding the importance of accountability. We were understanding how important it is for all of us to progress in life with the right company. We even talked about counseling each other. Sir, can you have the page number 47 Ikigai book, if that's possible? And today we're going to talk again, we're going to be just summarizing. This is a summary which is happening. Just for all of us to see, I'm going to bring the book in front of all of us. Today we'll talk about the Moita therapy on page number 46, 47. What is Moita therapy for those of us who've forgotten? First thing first, most important, every book is saying it. Accept your feelings the way you feel. If you're feeling dejected, face it, accept it. Don't try to become very strong. Like what did I do? I'm a perfect example of not accepting my feelings. So, sir, we can see your footer also. So if that can be removed, please. Yes, thank you. So accepting the feelings are very, very important. Don't think, okay, like for what did I do? I said, oh, we're super strong. We're super strong women. We will not show our feelings to anyone. And we will just put on a pretense. 3 years after I lost my brother, I had a breakdown. I could not take Rakhi because I did not accept my feelings. No, I was just trying to pretend my feelings. So please, the human emotions, all the Zen masters say, do not try to get rid of anything, because you will become more messier. You will just become even more in a bad state. So whatever feelings are being created, good, bad, medium, whatever, please welcome them. And this is on this particular thing is the entire book written by Rhonda Byrne called The Greatest Secret. It's all about welcoming this feeling. It's all about this. So let's turn the page, sir. So it's very important for us to understand that we must accept our feelings the way they are. Don't predict them, don't control them, don't become a master for them. Just like, for example, they're saying the Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh says, hello, solitude. How are you today? Come sit with me and I will take care of you. So it's very beautiful to know that whatever you're feeling, accept it and understand it. That's fine. Number 2, do what you should be doing. So please, once again, start doing things that you love. Start giving yourself something where you're developing yourself into a person that you like to be. So it's nice to be in charge of your actions. It's nice to be in charge of your activities. It's nice to meditate. It's nice to keep a journal, a diary where you're seeing what you're doing, so that you're observing what you're doing. So very important to first get centered, balanced, aligned, which is meditation. Accept that, okay, I'm suffering, I'm going through something. Now go for affirmations. The entire thing what we're doing in the morning is pretty much based on number 2 fact. Number 3, discover your life's purpose. And this is something we have been talking about in the Ikigai 4-point program. What we love, what we're good at, what can we be paid with, what does the world want? So with this, all of us, I hope by now, have at least a plan B ready, apart from the professions that we are all in. For example, Naveen said that he thinks he's getting good at writing books and articles. So more power to him. Shivani said she thinks Ikigai is like going to the hospital and talk to people, the families and people who are going through some, as a therapy, and give them the books like magic, and give them books like You Can Heal Your Life. And she also spoke of mirror work. So yeah, that she found her purpose. Then we had so many reflections from everyone. Nehal shared her reflections. Last Sangha, Radhika found that she's an artist by profession. It's a new Ikigai she never knew before. So I hope all of us can be paid with this very easily. वो अलग बात है whether you want to take payment or not. Remember, you can take payment. I had a word with Pratima ji, and even she thought her Ikigai is helping people. So I told her, but she's like, उसमें पैसे तो नहीं मिलते. I said, क्यों नहीं मिलते? If you have fundraise, like in Roundtable Ladies Circle, we have exhibitions, we have events, we have movie theater shows, and we just hike up our tickets and sell them. We generate money out of them. So you can have events where you generate the money, and the money goes towards charity. It's very simple. That's what is our thing. We never put even a paisa in our pocket. That's the reason I am who I am, because of Roundtable Ladies Circle. We've learned this for 21 years. So when I made my trust, I was like, not a single money for my paisa for myself. Everything is accountable. So yeah, that's also my life's purpose, empowering lives and Niswarth. So no particular monetary favor of mine. Swarth, of course, that I also am growing. So please understand, now we are discovering our life's purpose. It's very important. If we still haven't done it, it's never too late. Do it now. Don't keep waiting. Then today we'll talk about the 4 phases of Moita therapy. But this is something which we don't need to elaborate. You can do it in yourself, because this is followed in Japan. We don't have places to do it here. In a different way we have. So if you really want to get out of whatever you're going through, which you think is right now needs attention, start being isolated. So that's why in Vipassana, if you see you're isolated, you're listening to good things, but you're just isolated. But here you're not even listening, you're just observing what is happening to you. Then you start doing a bit by bit every day. Then you start, therapists are coming and talking to you. So this is something which is not that relevant. So I'm not going to elaborate that too much. So we can turn the page, though I have mentioned it. And the 4th step is when you're gradually, integrating back with life, with your, world around you. Now, in Naikan meditation is beautiful. So again, a little synopsis on this. So now there are just 3 important questions before you and I start sharing information with anybody. And that is very important, especially if we're used to gossip. Please get this very clearly. Now I'm going to rephrase this in a different way. So what Naikan says is, what have I received from the person A? What have I given to the person B? What problems have I caused? Okay. Now these reflections make us identify and make us more responsible and make us understand that what is it that I've got. Okay. There are 3 more aspects of reflections in talking to people, especially the gossip mongers. And a lot of us are, it's all right. So now, what am I saying to the person? Is it helping the person? What am I hearing? Is it helping me? And the person I'm talking about, is it helping him or her? So if I'm appreciating somebody behind the back, if I'm saying, oh, Asmit has a beautiful voice, when he speaks, it's just an amazing session, or Karishma has a beautiful voice, and this is what it is. But if on the backside, I'm flipping and saying about somebody that, okay, Mr. X has such a terrible voice, yeah, or Miss X speaks like this, that kisi ko fayda ho raha hai? So see where are you going. So the Naikan ka second part is what I spoke to you. Be very careful of what you're doing. For example, yesterday, a very dear friend of mine posted something about the COVID. I just put in a group. I said, great, fine, fabulous, you put this information. But is it helping you? Is it helping me? Yes, it's helping the person who's made the news because he's getting monetary aspect out of it. It's a news after all. Like he sells it. That's his profession. What am you and I doing? Except for hoarding fear. Do we really want to be fearful about the 3rd wave or the 4th wave or whatever they want to call it? So why project it? He's like, yeah, it's a profound thought. Never thought about it. So simply, when I said that, I even told him, I said, you know what? But I love you the way you are. So we're about 8 friends in that group, 4 couples. I said, but we love the way you are. You're a geeky friend. So I gave him a compliment, which I genuinely love him. So I did say that to him. And then I also pointed out something. So when you're pointing out to somebody, please be compassionate. Don't attack people. If you love them, let them know that they are loved. Then they will not feel कि अरे मुझे attack कर रहा जा रहा है. So please be a bit careful about how you are. Now about Ikigai. Logotherapy, we've talked about, how to. So now what's logotherapy? I'll again say. So Kuldeep ji and I'm having a conversation. कुलदीप जी मुझे बहुत बता रहे हैं, पहले तो मैं सुन ली थी अपना ज्ञान. कुलदीप जी आपने एकदम रॉन्ग किया है, आपको तो यही करना चाहिए जो मैं फैक्ट्री में करती हूँ. vis-a-vis, he's sharing something with me. I hear him fully, and last में I tell him, okay, this is what आपने ये सब बोला. He's like, yeah. And then Prashant is also there. He's like, कुलदीप जी, मैंने फैक्ट्री में ये सब किया, मुझे बहुत फायदा हुआ. उससे क्या हो रहा है? This is what logotherapy is all about. You're listening to them, helping them listen to what they're saying by saying that again, and by not counseling. Let people find their own ikigai. Let people find their own purpose. Let people find their own unique experience. There's no need. And usse kya hota hai? You're not responsible for it. Otherwise, Prashant ne bol diya, Kuldeep ji, this is what I have done and aapko bhi ye karna chahiye. कहीं ना कहीं प्रशांत ने रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अपने ऊपर ले ली. If something wrong goes in the factory, कुलदीप जी कहते हैं प्रशांत तुमने कहा था ना, तुम्हारी वजह से हुआ ये. नहीं तो कुलदीप जी खोलेंगे, अच्छा मैंने ट्राई किया कि उसको फायदा हुआ. अब काम किया नहीं किया डजंट मैटर, मेरे लिए चैलेंज था. सो अपने आप को किसी सिचुएशन में मत डालिए. You don't know what's coming in anyone's life, and that's what is logotherapy all about. Moita, logotherapy, Naikan meditation, it's all about living life simply, finding yourselves, and taking a look at what is our life's purpose. What is it that you and I'm learning? And very important for us to understand this in developing ourselves as new people. So now that we are almost in 104 days of our journey, pretty much all of us have restructured, reprogrammed the way we think and the way we align. I'm not saying we were all wrong. In fact, nobody's ever wrong. Everyone's great. Just that we are reinventing ourselves. So this new version of ourselves is a better version. So as I keep saying, with the end of 121 days, we become a version 1.21. So, when I finish my second, I'll say I'm a version 2.21. So whatever works for you, right? So the third LTS gets over, I'll say 3.121 is my version. So yeah, all right. So all of us, let's go into our passions. Let's find them. Let's find ourselves the kind of people we are. And let's realize that we have to become better than who we are. So yesterday, I was thinking about this, and Shivani's, update on I went on the Sangha page after a very long time on Facebook. And she's like, now it's me versus me. And I was like, how wonderful. It's no longer competition. It's about me becoming better than what I was. So more power to us. So thank you so much, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book for all of us. Tomorrow will be yet another day. Today we'll move on to the power of now. So power of now is absolutely profound. We all know about this. And today what we're going to read is even more detailed, deep, yet very simple for us to understand. Today, we are going to be the way every morning meditation, we're talking about our roots, that we're aligned, grounded, Mother Earth has, we have compassion. Today, we're going to talk about the deep roots within ourselves. So have deep roots within. I don't know why, Rahul sir, it's very blurry. Am I having problems with seeing it? Can everyone find it blurry, or is it clear for you guys? It's very blurry. I don't know, Rahul sir, all of us are finding it blurry. So it's a big stress on the thing to even read it. Yesterday it was clear. Can you change something? Meanwhile, I'll read from the book because I have the book. When you're able to make it normal, then we'll read it. So let me start. After that, Smith can take over. Smith, you have the book by Sean in front of you, the printed book? You have. How wonderful. Page number 97, have deep roots within. So everyone, don't look at the screen too much. In fact, close your eyes if required. Smith has anyways a beautiful voice. Let's listen to him because this will put a stress on our eyes. Just let it be here as a backup, but don't just see it too much. I'm also reading from a book. Yes, Rasmi, please.
Have deep roots within. The key is to be in a state of permanent connectedness with your inner body, to feel it at all times. This will rapidly deepen and transform your life. The more consciousness you direct into the inner body, the higher its vibrational frequency becomes, much like a light that grows brighter as you turn up the dimmer switch, and so increase the flow of electricity. At this higher energy level, negativity cannot affect you anymore, and you tend to attract new circumstances that reflect this higher frequency. If you keep your attention in the body as much as possible, you will be anchored in the now. You won't lose yourself in the external world, and you won't lose yourself in your mind. Thoughts and emotions, fears and desires may still be there to some extent, but they won't take you over. but they won't take you over. Please examine where your attention is at this moment. You are listening to me, or you are reading these words in a book. That is the focus of your attention. You're also peripherally aware of your surroundings, other people, and so on. Furthermore, There may be some mind activity around what you are hearing or reading, some mental commentary. Yet there is no need for any of this to absorb all your attention. See if you can be in touch with your inner body at the same time. Keep some of your attention within. Don't let it flow out. Feel your whole body from within as a single field of energy. It is almost as if you were listening or reading with your whole body. Let this be your practice in the days and weeks to come.
Very important to understand that now we are coming to एक जड़ की पे हम आ रहे हैं. What is our permanent connectedness with everything that we are doing, with everything? So your entire body is connected. So अभी क्या हो रहा है? We are listening and reading probably from our mind and mouth, right? But is the vibration reaching onto our entire body? There are times though when you read something and or you see something and you're shaken up completely, or you're so touched, emotionally, you're like, you're just very emotional. Now, because you're fully aware. So now we are very high on our consciousness. We are very high on our awareness. And now we're vibrating at such a high level. So now you have to increase the flow of electricity. How do we do that? By simply do not allowing any negativity to hamper. So yesterday when I got that COVID news from a friend of mine, I just didn't even read it. I could just see the caption. I'm like, no, this is not me. They're talking anti-India, whatever. I said, I'm not going to read it. So it doesn't affect me now. So now when you're in a higher frequency, don't allow it to affect. So in the morning, we woke up with something and I was telling Prashant about something that I'm a little bothered about this particular thing. Now he's become in a level, he's like, just surrender. Don't elaborate it. तुम्हारे हाथ में नहीं है, just surrender. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So why? Because now you're resonating in a very high frequency. Focus your attention on your body. Now you anchor, you root yourself. Like, my entire body is rooted. I'm connected. I'm the channel between the light energy is coming from top to bottom. Feel that energy flow the way we do in meditation. And do this even normally, bina meditation ke bhi. Just like start feeling the energy flow. That is when you will realize that you're now going to the next level where everything is having your full attention. So if right now I'm in the book reading session, I am fully aware here, not that my mind is going there or there or there. Very important to allow all the energy to flow and not move out of our body. Like there should be a full flow. You should be one single field of energy. Then you know what happens? Then there are also meditation where we lock the energy field, then nothing can go out, nothing can come in. And that is beautiful. That's like your entire body has become one. You're rooted and you're finding that every single day when you start practicing it, weeks and months later, you would have evolved as a much better person. Let's turn the page, sir. Yes, you can continue, Asmit.
Do not give all your attention away to the mind and the external world. By all means, focus on what you are doing, but feel the inner body at the same time whenever possible. Stay rooted within. Then observe how this changes your state of consciousness and the quality of what you are doing. Whenever you are waiting, wherever it may be, use that time to feel the inner body. In this way, traffic jams and lineups become very enjoyable. Instead of mentally projecting yourself away from the now, go more deeply into the now by going more deeply into the body. The art of inner body awareness will develop into a completely new way of living, a state of permanent connectedness with the being, and will add a depth to your life that you have never known before. It is easy to stay present as the observer of your mind when you are deeply rooted within your body. No matter what happens on the outside, nothing can shake you anymore.
Have you ever felt this feeling before? Kuch bhi ho jaye. Like, I don't know how many of you know about Mahavir Swami. He was and is a god of Jains. So when he had enlightenment, there were foxes eating his body. And he didn't even know he was in such a high state. That means nothing can shake you anymore. So when people in a high meditation, and even if something is stinging their body, like a snake is biting or some kind of something is coming, farak hi nahi padta. Why? Because you're deeply rooted. When you're rooted, Mother Earth is giving you energy. Nothing matters. There are some people who say, बहुत मच्छर काट रहे हैं, बहुत मच्छर काट रहे हैं, बहुत मच्छर काट रहे हैं. सब बोले, कहाँ मच्छर? So I'm not saying that जो मच्छर काट रहे हैं वो rooted नहीं है, but because they get irked by the smallest little pinches and knocks and shocks of life, they're not that rooted. That's why मच्छर काट रहे हैं. And फिर वो बोलते हैं हमारा हम क्या करें, हम तो बहुत स्वीट है, we're very warm hearted, we're full of love, so देखो हमको तो ऐसे काटते हैं, मीठा खून है. I'm not saying that's not good, but just trying to say that the inner body awareness is not as much. You're not completely one and aligned with the energy. So next time when you think, observe your mind. And I don't know how many of you know about this, but agar machhar kaatta hai, aap usko let it be. It doesn't itch you, pinch you only for a couple of seconds. But if you touch it, it's going to trouble you for the next couple of minutes. So please start staying present. Please start realizing that you have to be grounded. Yes, please continue.
Unless you stay present, and inhabiting your body is always an essential aspect of it, you will continue to to be run by your mind. The script in your head that you learned a long time ago, the conditioning of your mind, will dictate your thinking and your behavior.
You have a bad sore throat?
Sorry, it's okay.
Perfect. You may be free of it for brief intervals, but rarely for long.
I'll read it again. It is easy to stay present as the observer of your mind when you are deeply rooted within your body. No matter what happens on the outside, nothing can shake you anymore. Unless you stay present, and inhabiting your body is always an essential aspect of it, you will continue to be run by your mind. The script in your head that you learned a long time ago, the conditioning of your mind, will dictate your thinking and your behavior. You may be free of it for brief intervals, but rarely for long. This is especially true when something goes wrong or there is some loss or upset. Your conditioned reaction will then be involuntary, automatic, and predictable, fueled by the one basic emotion that underlies the mind-identified state of consciousness, that is fear. So when such challenges come, as they always do, make it a habit to go within at once and focus as much as you can on the inner energy field of your body. This need not take long, just a few seconds, but you need to do it the moment that the challenge presents itself. Any delay will allow a conditioned mental emotional reaction to arise and take you over. When you focus within and feel the inner body, you immediately become still and present as you are withdrawing consciousness from the mind. If a response is required in that situation, it will come up from this deeper level. Just as the sun is infinitely brighter than a candle flame, there is infinitely more intelligence in being than your mind. As long as you are in conscious contact with your inner body, you are like a tree that is deeply rooted in the earth, or a building which is with a deep and solid foundation. The latter analogy is used by Jesus in the generally misunderstood parable of the two men who build a house. One man builds it on the sand without a foundation, and when the storm and floods come, the house is swept away. The other man digs deep until he reaches the rock, then builds his house, which is not swept away by the floods.
So again, the foundation has to be so strong. Hamari foundation is बहुत strong हो चुकी है, whether you realize or whether you don't realize. अब हमें क्या करना है? We have to make a habit to go within our thoughts. If something challenging is coming up, just immediately center, balance, align, 3 deep breaths, go in, go out, and start observing. Now start saying this too shall pass. Just use these magical words and just start focusing on the good things in there, or the inner body, or your breath. Inner body is also akin to your breath. If you work on your breath work, even that's amazing. So if you're doing pranayama breathing, you are withdrawing consciousness from the mind. You're just taking consciousness from the mind, becoming more centered, balanced, aligned, aware. And then when a response comes from this state of being, it's going to be so profound, so deep, and not at all superficial. It'll really be meaningful. And of course, the people who have already connected with the higher self, you can really go to the next level. And for those people who wanted for me to do Unified, I am trying to do it once we complete our journey, which will be in a couple of weeks. We will start Sunday morning probably, or maybe we can do parallel, but we will not intertwine it with this session because it's a very deep session. Only the interested ones can come and anyone can come. And that's not, I'm not guided to take money for that at all. No charity for that. It'll just be an open house for anyone. Half an hour book reading every morning on Sunday and only about Unified. That's it. And of course, we can in the end have question answers. So that will happen. So Padri, you were really interested to study that book, Unified. I strongly feel that entire Sangha, whoever even is not going on to the level 2, level 3, LTS 3, please do that book, at least with me. At least do that book because that book is really magical. So, and that'll make you even more aligned, more focused, more balanced, and deeper level. So then you will never misunderstand things and you will never be misunderstood also. And then you will be absolutely strong, your rock solid foundation. That's what they say, right? Superstructure. Amazing. Now let's read the section about before you enter the body, forgive. Now I said this word, forgive is a word which I learned from this unified book. It means we are meant for giving love. Forgive means give love. So before you enter the body, forgive. Now, what if you say, what do you mean by before you enter the body? So yes, that's why the question that I was asked to Eckhart was, I felt very uncomfortable when I tried to put my attention on the inner body. There was a feeling of agitation and some nausea. So I haven't been able to experience what you're talking about. This was her question. Now the answer Eckhart says is very, very, very profound, and let's read it. Asmeet.
What you felt was a lingering emotion that you were probably unaware of until you started putting some attention into the body. Unless you first give it some attention, the emotion will prevent you from gaining access to the inner body, which lies at a deeper level underneath it. Attention does not mean that you start thinking about it. It means to just observe the emotion, to feel it fully, and so to acknowledge and accept it as it is. Some emotions are easily identified: anger, fear, grief, and so on. Others may be much harder to label. They may just be vague feelings of unease, heaviness, or constriction, halfway between an emotion and a physical sensation. In any case, what matters is not whether you can attach a mental label to it, but whether you can bring the feeling of it into awareness as much as possible. Attention is the key to transformation, and full attention also implies acceptance. Attention is like a beam of light, the focus power of your consciousness that transmutes everything into itself.
So I hope you're clear with this paragraph. It's very, very simple that first stop labeling yourself, completely stop labeling yourself. Whatever emotions are coming, you're identifying with that, understand that they are right now the way they are, and they too shall pass. Don't expand them. So if you start saying, oh, I'm angry, that means you're expanding anger. Just say, I'm going through anger, and this too shall pass. Automatically, the sense of ownership is over. When you're saying I'm angry, you're like, I am angry, right? And when you say I'm going through anger, this too shall pass. Then you don't have a possessive feeling for it. And then your attention is also not going on to that. Then what's happening? You're aware that Arey, ye aaya hai to jayega hi. This will go. And then your attention is into acceptance. And that attention of yours is like a beam of light which is flooding you and is telling you, oh, more power to you as you elevate yourself up more and more and more. Yes, let's continue.
In a fully functional organism, an emotion has a very short lifespan. It is like a momentary ripple or wave on the surface of your being. When you are not in your body, however, an emotion can survive inside you for days or weeks, or join with other emotions of a similar frequency that have emerged and become the pain body. A parasite that can live inside you for years, feed on your energy, lead to physical illness, and make your life miserable. So place your attention on feeling the emotion and check whether your mind is holding on to a grievance pattern, such as blame, self-pity, and resentment that is feeding the emotion. If that is the case, it means that you haven't forgiven. Non-forgiveness is often toward another person or yourself but it may just as well be toward any situation or condition, past, present, or future, that your mind refuses to accept. Yes, there can be non forgiveness even with regard to the future. This is the mind's refusal to accept uncertainty, to accept that the future is ultimately beyond its control. Forgiveness is to relinquish your grievance and so to let go of grief. It happens naturally once you realize that your grievance serves no purpose except to strengthen a false sense of self. Forgiveness is to offer no resistance to life, to allow life to live through you. The alternatives are pain and suffering, a great restricted flow of life energy, and in many cases, physical disease.
Let's understand this very clearly. So if you have grievances in life against people, against things, and if you're feeling the emotion all the time that this is what I'm feeling, वो इंसान ऐसा है, उसने ऐसा किया, इसका मतलब आप forgive नहीं कर पाए हो अभी, उस person को भी, अपने आप को भी. So then you start giving more love to the situation. Like now it's depleted of love, so it's a negative feeling or a lack of love feeling. Start giving it love, whether it's past, present, or future, and start saying that, okay, this is good, this is passing, this is just a passing phase, and I know this is happening, and then I forgive myself, I forgive the other person. The day you don't have any emotional baggage attached about him or life, that is when life is flowing through you. You're like a real channel for life to be flowing through you. Otherwise kya hoga? You're going to have pain, suffering, and you will have some disease because वो manifest हो जाएगा. आपने अपने, for example, मैंने अपने अंदर resentment भर के रखी हुई थी. क्या हुआ? उसको forgive नहीं किया, अपने आप को भी, उस इंसान को भी, और उस चीजों को भी, circumstances को भी, तो क्या हो, manifest होके cancer बन गया. So very important for us to understand that forgiveness is very, 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 very important. Let me read the last paragraph. The moment you truly forgive, you have reclaimed your power from the mind. Non-forgiveness is the very nature of the mind. Just as the mind made false self, the ego cannot survive without strife and conflict. The mind cannot forgive. Only you can. You become present, you enter your body, you feel the vibrant peace and stillness that emanate from being. This is what Christ said: before you enter the body, before you enter the temple, forgive. So a lot of people say body is the only temple you live in, right? So please worship it, please treat it well, because this is where, so now the entire temple of yours where you're living has vibration. It's got frequencies, it's got things. Please appreciate it. If something is there, accept it. Just say this is going to go and it's going to pass. Now that makes you more powerful. And the minute you start forgiving, you are becoming the victorious one. Then your mind is not going to play games. Then you are going to become aware of your body, your stillness, your peace, and you will evolve as a much better person. So start forgiving. So on this point, let's take that, sound silence. Close your eyes. I'm still, I'm silent, I'm centered, I'm balanced, I'm aligned. Whatever happens, happens for the best. Any emotion which comes, I accept it with full heart, knowing if it's not meant for me, this feeling shall pass. And so it is. How wonderful. Now we have a beautiful chapter today. It's about your link with the unmanifested. So what is unmanifested? Can someone tell me on the chat box? We know about manifestation. Similarly, we also know about unmanifested. What does it mean? Okay, you'll get clear. If you don't know, it's okay. Don't have to answer. It's not a question answer where you have to answer. So let's read about this. Your link with the unmanifested. The question which was asked to Eckhart was, what is the relationship between presence and the inner body? So let's see the answer. Yes, Asmin, please read.
Presence is pure consciousness, consciousness that has been reclaimed from the mind, from the world of form. The inner body is your link with the unmanifested, and in its deepest aspect is the unmanifested, the source from which consciousness emanates as light emanates from the sun. Awareness of inner body is consciousness remembering its origin and returning to the source. Is the unmanifested the
No,
same
let me just elaborate on this.
Yes.
So now all of us are answering the question that what is the relationship between presence and the inner body? So now what is presence and what is consciousness? It's about awareness, right? That I'm aware. Now consciousness, when it's present, that has been reclaimed from the mind, from the world of form, when you're aware. The inner body is our link with the unmanifested. So there's a lot of energy in the universe, okay? A lot of energy, a lot of frequency. We haven't been able to manifest it because we're not aligned, we're not connected. The inner body is our link with the unmanifested, and its deepest aspect at the unmanifested, the source from which the consciousness emanates is light from the sun. Now from that sun, from the universe of ours, from that highest source, जिसको हमने कोई भी नाम दे दिया, देवी देवताओं का नाम दे दिया, प्रॉफिट का नाम दे दिया, वाहे गुरु का नाम दे दिया, हमने अल्लाह का नाम दे दिया, हमने कुछ भी नाम दे दिया, क्राइस्ट का दे दिया. Now जिस जो भी बोल रहे, ultimately it's one source. Now that source has given so many frequencies, so many vibrations in the world. And the minute we have that one integrated chakra of ours, energy field of ours, we'll be able to latch on to it very easily. So जो हम बोलेंगे वो पूरा हो जाएगा. Because आपकी consciousness बहुत आगे है, and you know the light is emanating from the sun. It's coming into you. You're aware of it. And then whatever you want will start happening. Because the minute you're saying, oh, this is coming from Paramatma, it's coming from the source. So understand that you're now in a juncture where whatever you want is going to happen when you're connected. The connectedness has to be there. The next question was, is the unmanifested same as being? So let's read about this, Asmit.
Yes, the word unmanifested attempts by way of negation to express that which cannot be spoken, thought, or imagined. It points to what it is by saying what it is not. Being, on the other hand, is a positive term. Please don't get attached to either of these words or start believing in them. They are no more than science posts.
अब आपने एक मैनिफेस्टेशन करी है, वो मैनिफेस्ट हुई नहीं है, अभी अनमैनिफेस्टेड है, पर आपने उसको पकड़ लिया जोर की, अरे ये हो नहीं रहा, ये हो नहीं रहा, ये हो नहीं रहा. So क्या होगा? वो नहीं होगा. The minute you let go of that, you surrender and you start being, okay, मैंने ये manifest कर लिया, now I surrender, जो होगा बढ़िया के लिए होगा, and I surrender to this. Then what's happening? Then you एकदम से आपकी life में positivity आ गई है, because आप अब एकदम, you're not attached to it, you become detached, आप surrender कर दिया. And that is when you are going to be in a better state. Again, we are being retreated, we are being guided, that do not get so attached to them. They're only signposts. क्या हो रहा है? So start observing. The next question was, you said that presence is consciousness. That has been reclaimed from the mind. Who does the reclaiming? What does it happen? So let's read the answer.
You do. But since in your essence, your consciousness, we might as well say that it is an awakening of consciousness from the dream of form. This does not mean that your own form will instantly vanish in an explosion of light. You can continue in your present form. You can continue in your present form, yet be aware of the formless and deathless deep within you.
Okay, so अब बोल रहा है reclaim कौन कर रहा है? Obviously हम reclaim कर रहे हैं ना. हम मतलब the conscious mind, either body, either soul, either mind, जो करना आप करें. लेकिन प्रेजेंस जो हमारा अवेयरनेस जो है, जो कॉन्शियसनेस है, कौन कर रहा है? हम कर रहे हैं. सो अगर हमें असेंस पता है कॉन्शियसनेस का, अगर हमें पता है कि इट्स ऑल अबाउट बीइंग ओपन, देन कई लोग बोलते हैं अवेकनिंग हो गई है, अरे इसको थोड़ा सा एनलाइटमेंट आ गई है, थोड़ा उठ गया है, जाग गया है. सो यू आर नाउ राइजिंग टू कॉन्शियसनेस. एंड नाउ जो आपके ड्रीम्स थे वो फॉर्म्स में बदल रहे हैं क्योंकि आपका लेवल ऊंचा हो गया है. तो अब आप लोग जैसे लोग मुझे बोलते हैं कि अरे मैम सब ड्रीम्स पूरे हो रहे हैं, सब ड्रीम्स पूरे हो रहे हैं, प्राची ड्रीम्स पूरे हो रहे हैं, दीप ड्रीम्स पूरे हो रहे हैं. क्यों हो रहे हैं? क्योंकि आपके कॉन्शियसनेस बहुत हाई चली गई ना. अब आप मैनिफेस्ट बहुत इजीली कर पाते हो, तो आपकी वाइब्रेशन बहुत हायर है. नेगेटिव ना बोल रहे हैं, ना सुन रहे हैं, ना देख रहे हैं, सिर्फ पॉजिटिव बातें कर रहे हैं, बोल रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, अच्छी रोज सुबह कर रहे हैं, मैनिफेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो ऑब्वियसली वॉट एवर यू वांट इज कमिंग ट्रू. इसका सिंपल ये मतलब है you will start getting aligned, you will start being in the present form, aware that there is an energy around you, but you're just attracting it. Don't go too deep because words बहुत deep चले जा रहे हैं. I'm not going to expand them too much. Confusion हो जाएगा. Just be aware. Just be aware that now you are so light in your energy, you have such beautiful vibrations, and everything is possible because now you're aware. That's all. Next question that was asked is, I must admit that this is a way beyond my comprehension. And yet, on some deeper level, I seem to know what you're talking about. It's more like a feeling than anything else. Am I deceiving myself? So let me read the answer. No, you're not deceiving yourself. Feeling will get you closer to the truth of who you are than thinking. अगर हम फील करते हैं तो हम उसको पा लेते हैं. हम दिमाग में सोच रहे हैं और उससे हम मैनिफेस्ट नहीं कर सकते. हम क्या फील करें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं बोल रही हूँ मैं तो 1 to 1 पाउंड्स की हूँ, 1 to 1 पाउंड्स की हूँ, बट दिमाग फीलिंग बोल रही है तुम तो 1 to 1 पाउंड्स की नहीं हो. सो 1 to 1 पाउंड्स की नहीं हो विल बी द रियलिटी. But if my mind is thinking, oh, I'm 1 to 1 pounds, wow, amazing. So I'll become that. So I cannot tell you anything that deep within you don't already know. All of us know everything, right? Now, when you have reached a certain stage of inner consciousness, connectedness, you recognize the truth when you hear it. So अब हम कोई भी कुछ बोलेगा ना, our gut feeling, our consciousness will allow us to उस person का character समझ पाएंगे हम अब. क्या झूठ बोल रहा है, सच बोल रहा है, क्या बोल रहा है. Because अब and हम उसको बोलेंगे भी नहीं आगे तुम झूठ बोल रहे हो. We will not even tell the person because now we are highly conscious. If you haven't reached that stage yet, the practice of body awareness will bring about the deepening that is necessary. So अगर हम उस stage पे नहीं आए अभी तक, it's all right not to have come there. Start getting centered, balanced, aligned, that I am aware and that I'm realizing the energy field of my body. अगर हमने पूरी energy field को one बना दिया ना, we are in one. Nothing can shake us, break us, nothing. That is the advantage of our life. Yes, let's turn the page, sir. Okay, let me read from the book. Slowing down the aging process. So this is a new section where we are going to slow down our aging. It's like in Japanese, they talk about supercentenarians, where they're slowly aging, right? So I'm going to read this section. In the meantime, awareness of the inner body has other benefits in the physical realm. One of them is a significant slowing down of the aging of the physical body. Whereas the outer body normally appears to grow old and wither fairly quickly, the inner body does not change with time, except that you may feel it more deeply and become it more fully. So what's happening? Our body is growing usually in age, and ulta, you should feel younger at heart, right? So अंदर से क्या हो रहा है? जब आप full connected हो जाएंगे, deep हो जाएंगे, you will stop fretting, you will stop stressing. That's when you're becoming younger inside. And that's when physical realm will start changing. If you're 20-year-old now, the energy field of your inner body will feel just the same when you're 80. It will be just as vibrantly alive. As soon as your habitual state changes from being out of the body and trapped in your mind to being in the body and present in the now, your physical body will feel lighter, clearer, more alive. Simple चीज में है, जब हमारी thinking ऐसी change हो जाती है कि हम अपने आप को ट्रैप कर लेते हैं कि this is how we are, our bodies, हम हमेशा present हैं, always in the now, we are flowing in the now, no stress, no tension. तब हमारी body एकदम से light feel करेगी. Energy light कब feel करती है आप लोग की? Realize किया? When do you feel nice and when you're very happy, जब सब कुछ accept कर लेते हो तब एकदम से energy light होती है. When you're like, oh, this is not happening, that's not happening, तब आपकी energy heavy होती है. So हमें अपने आप को project करना है with a higher frequency, higher energy, where everything is beautiful. As there is more consciousness in the body, its molecular structure actually becomes less dense. More consciousness means a lessening of the illusion of material ability. Very simple. हमने सुना होगा शायद कि I don't know how many of you know about this. When people cross over, आपकी आत्मा भी ना बहुत heavy होती है. It's like much lighter than a human being, but heavy होती है. तो आप उनकी साय कई बार देख पाते हैं because वो इतना heavy होती है. The more conscious you become, the awareness goes conscious. Even though you're a soul, you become a tiny little fragment, so light you can't see. Similarly, हम जो human beings हैं, हमारे अंदर that आत्मा is there, right? अब body का weight बहुत ज़्यादा होगा हमारा, molecular structure intense होगा, आपकी skin पे pigmentation होगी, because आपके में tension, stress है, आपके बाल खराब हो रहे होंगे, nails खराब हो रहे होंगे, because you're stressed out. The minute you leave stress, your molecular energy changes. Your nails will become better, your hair will become better, your skin will become better, you'll become lighter, and your body weight will start moving on its own. Because you're raising your frequency, simple करने से, and उससे क्या होगा? Even जो खाना हम खा रहे हैं, अगर मैंने पहले भी बोला था हम गिल्ट से खा रहे हैं तो उसमें वो वेट ऐड करेगा बॉडी में, और हम मजा लेके खा रहे कि हम बहुत मजा आ रहा है, इट वाज अमेजिंग, इट्स गोइंग टू गिव यू अ वेरी ब्यूटीफुल फीलिंग ऑफ बीइंग फुल एंड योर बॉडी विल फील लाइटर खाने के बाद भी. सो आपकी एनर्जी पे वर्क करा जा रहा है, आपको बोला जा रहा है कि वर्क ऑन योर एनर्जी. When you become identified more with the timeless inner body than with the outer body, when presence becomes your normal mode of consciousness and past and future no longer dominate your attention, you do not accumulate time anymore in your psyche and in cells of the body. इसका simple meaning है that जब आप अपनी body के inner motion से अपने को align कर लेते हैं, that this is where I am, this is a normal fare, everything is fine, जो होता है सब अच्छे के लिए होता है, your attitude becomes that in life, तब आप बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान नहीं होते, साइक नहीं होते, आपके cells भी हल्के हो जाते हैं, and you are able to generate yourself into a higher feeling zone. The accumulation of time anymore in your psyche is not going to happen. The accumulation of time as psychological burden of past and future greatly impairs the cell's capacity for self-renewal. अगर हम पास्ट में फंसे हुए हैं या फ्यूचर में फंसे हुए बहुत ज्यादा टेंशन स्ट्रेस के मारे, हमारी बॉडी एज करेगी. अगर हम एक्सेप्ट करेंगे जो आज है तो हमारी बॉडी एज ज्यादा नहीं करेगी. So if you inhabit the inner body, the outer body will grow old at a much slower pace. And even when it does, your timeless essence will shine through the outer form and you will not give the appearance of an old person. कभी देखा किसी को जो बहुत यंग लगते हो अपनी एज से? क्यों लगते हैं वो? Because वो टेंशन ही नहीं लेते, स्ट्रेस ही नहीं लेते, अच्छी लाइफस्टाइल करते हैं, they're very happy people. So we have to become those people. And कई लोग को देखा है, पूछा how old are you? I'm 50. Really? You look like 60, 70. Because they are so all the time stressed. मुझसे ये नहीं होता, मुझसे वो नहीं होता, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये नहीं हो रहा है, वो नहीं हो रहा है. बस ना 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 के वर्ल्ड में they're not going to be getting younger. उनके बाल जल्दी वाइट हो जाएंगे, उनके बॉडी में झुर्रियां आ जाएंगी जल्दी, because elasticity is lost. And if you look at somebody who's really like so many people you see, they are all about stress-free life and then they don't even look old. So the glow is there. Yes, absolutely. Like Pratima ji, because she may be in a householder life, but she's not stressed out. She's doing it very, very beautifully, like she's joyously. Negative bhi aata hai, and this is my responsibility. At this age, when she's 50 years into marriage, she's in her 70s, late 60s, she's still now looking after her mother-in-law. People like us are probably not looking after the mother-in-law so much because everyone's on their own, but she's looking in very easily, not with complaint. So that's the way she is like that. So yes, thank you for the example. It's beautiful to understand. Now, the next question that was asked is there any scientific evidence for this? हाँ, तो आप बोल रहे हो, but what is scientific evidence? Try it out and you will be the evidence. So बोला जा रहा है आपको, क्या evidence क्या मांग रहे हो? Just try, feel करके देख लो अपने आप को. You will find अपने खुद की body में एकदम से आ जाएगा, oh, I'm glowing, oh, I'm becoming better. And then you'll fall in love because now you're not stressed about anything anymore. People will say कि तुम्हारी age ही नहीं लगती, you don't look that old. Now we're going to talk about strengthening the immune system, and this we can do tomorrow. It's going to take a little while. We'll do it tomorrow. Or if you're okay to read, we can do a shorter meditation, because I think we can do the immune system now, especially when these times are going on. I would need your answer for this because it's 6:05. Can we do it? 10 minutes it will take. 7 minutes. Yes, no, quick, fast. Let's not waste time. No means no. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fine, great. Strengthening the immune system. Another benefit of this practical practice in the physical realm is a great strengthening of the immune system, which occurs when you inhabit the body. The more consciousness you bring into the body, the stronger the immune system becomes. It is as if every cell awakens and rejoices. The body loves your attention. It is also a potent form of self-healing. Most illnesses creep in when you are not present in the body. If the master is not present in the house, all kinds of shady characters will take up residence there. When you inhabit your body, it will be hard for unwanted guests to enter. Simple, I'll give you my example. लोगों ने बोला वैक्सीनेशन ले लो, पहला डोज, सेकंड डोज, कोविड नहीं होगा, मुझे कोविड हुआ क्या? I'm in my body, I'm conscious, I'm aware. मैं गोवा भी गई थी तो I told Abhinav and another friend of mine, I said मुझे कोविड होने ही नहीं वाला. Because virus can't stay in my body. इतनी positivity में virus तो आके मर जाएगा. उसको negativity चाहिए to survive, right? If you inhabit in your body, if you're conscious, if your energy is high, and only you can do it, nobody else in the world can do it, then you will be not allowing any negativity, any diseases, any negative thoughts in your mind. Because then you're all the time aware, this too shall pass. So very important, and immune system अपने आप strong हो जाएगा. Because you're so in a high positivity. Dipali, one of our first Sangha Mitras, uske white ball black ho gaye. Imagine. Stress free ho gayi, belief aana shuru ho gaya. Reverse, has anyone heard of this? Showed a picture before and after. So this is the power of healing. It is not only your physical immune system that becomes strengthened, your psychic immune system is greatly enhanced as well. The latter protects you from the negative mental, emotional force fields of others, which are highly contagious. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? आपका immune system अगर strong होगा और strength दे रहे हैं आप अच्छी thoughts की वजह से, तो आपका psychic immune system इतना enhance हो जाएगा कि अगर आपके पास कोई भी इंसान आएगा negativity में जो आप फटाफट absorb कर सकते हैं, आप नहीं करेंगे. कभी देखा है एक इंसान गुस्से से कमरे में आ रहा है कर रहा है, सब उसके बगल में टेंशन स्ट्रेस ऐसे हो जाता है. क्यों? बिकॉज कंटेजियस होता है ना. एक इंसान आपके कमरे में आ रहा है, बहुत सारा हंस रहा है, ओहो ही इज लाफिंग, तो आपके मुंह में भी हंसी आ जाती है. बिकॉज हम इतने कंटेजियस हैं, हम फटाफट लाइक स्पॉन्ज वी अब्सॉर्ब द एनर्जी. बट जब इम्यून सिस्टम स्ट्रांग रहेगा, हम अब्सॉर्ब नेगेटिव एनर्जी कभी नहीं करेंगे. पॉजिटिव तो कर लेंगे बट नेवर नेगेटिव. सो दैट वे वी आर लिविंग इन अ बॉडी ब्यूटिफुली. Inhabiting the body protects you not by putting up a shield, but by raising the frequency vibrations of your total energy field. So आपकी energy field इतनी strong हो जाती है that nothing negative will come. So anything that vibrates at a lower frequency, such as fear, anger, depression, and so on, now exist in what is virtually a different order of reality. So कुछ भी अगर negative होगा, वो हम लैच ऑन नहीं कर पाएंगे बिकॉज वी आर सो पॉजिटिव. एक सिंपल ग्लास है ना, एक ग्लास एग्जांपल लेते हैं. अ ग्लास हैज टू मच ऑफ वाटर. आप एक्स्ट्रा पानी डालो, क्या होगा? व्हाट विल हैपन? इट विल ओवरफ्लो ना. वो अंदर तो जाएगा ही नहीं, वो तो बाहर से गिरता रहेगा, गिरता रहेगा. नेगेटिविटी कितनी भी बाहर आ जाए, वो गिरती रहेगी, गिरती रहेगी. इट विल नॉट कम. पॉजिटिविटी तो आप ऐसे ही पॉजिटिव हो. So that's the example. आपकी बॉडी का भी वही हाल है. अगर आपने लव दिया हुआ है हर क्षण को, हर मोमेंट में, हर बॉडी पार्ट को, सेल को, you will be only resonating at a very high level. Please don't just accept or reject what I'm saying. Put it to test. So हमें बोला जा रहा है कि please इसको टेस्ट करिए. There's a simple but powerful self-healing meditation that you can do whenever you feel the need to boost your immune system. It is particularly effective if used when you feel the first symptoms of an illness, but it also works with illnesses that are already entrenched if you use it at frequent intervals with an intense focus. आपको बोला जा रहा है कि meditations available हैं, and कभी भी feel होता है कि self meditation है, healing meditation. कभी थोड़ा सा भी लगा कि मुझे मेरे मन में ये विचार, नेगेटिव विचार आ रहा है या बीमारी आ रही है, immediately तब कर लो. It will counteract any disruption of your energy field by some form of negativity. So उससे आपको प्रोटेक्शन लेयर स्ट्रांग हो जाएगी. आपने वो मेडिटेशन करी तो जो आपकी एनर्जी फील्ड ब्रेक होने वाला था फियर स्ट्रेस की वजह से, वो वापस लॉक हो जाएगा. However, it is not a substitute for the moment to moment practice of being in the body. Otherwise, its effect will only be temporary. So उसका effect temporary रहेगा अगर आप उसको moment बार बार उसको इन्वाइट नहीं कर रहे हो. So it's not a permanent cure, but temporary cure. So अब क्या करना है, इसके लिए मैं आपको advise I will guide you into this. So we'll talk about this in the meditation. It's a guided meditation. I will do it in the meditation. So thank you for allowing me to read this chapter. And Rahul sir, can we please have the heart thought? So it's very beautiful how these chapters are now, giving us so much of depth, clarity. Today, the heart thought is number 100. हमने शुरू किया था 3 दिन के बाद. So today, the heart thought is number 100. Beautiful. And the page number is we have done this. Sir, ये हम कर चुके हैं. इसके next page है, 200 page है. Guys, just tell me, are we on this page or one prior? Yeah, this is perfect. So sleep, 201. I give over my problems and sleep peacefully. जिन लोगों को भी sleep की problem है, ये affirmation बहुत सुंदर है. अपने bedside पे लगा के रख लीजिए. आपको reminder रहेगा. Frame कर लो if you don't like to put affirmation. चिपकाना नहीं पसंद, just put in a frame. Put as a, whatever you want to do. We operate with 10% of our brains. What is the other 90% for? Think about that. How much more can we know? So imagine, हम सिर्फ 10% अपना use कर रहे हैं, right? So sleep is very beautiful fact, and sleep is something very, very important for our healing. जब तक we don't heal, तब तक नहीं होगा. And let's understand this. Sleep is a time to restore ourselves and wrap up the day. Our body repairs themselves and become renewed and refreshed. Our minds move into the dream state where problems of the day are solved. We prepare ourselves for the new day ahead. As we enter the sleep state, we want to take positive thoughts with us. Thoughts that will create a wonderful new day and a wonderful new future. So if there is any anger or blame in you, let it go. If there is any resentment or fear, let it go. If there's any jealousy or rage, let it go. If there is any guilt or need for punishment lingering in the corner of your mind, let it go. Feel only peace in your mind and body as you drift off to sleep. So very important for all of us to understand that sleep is the most important. And if we say this, we are going to be just sleeping much, much more peacefully. I think मेरे लिए आया था ये. I've been overexcited, over churning. So मेरे लिए this chapter is there for me today. To just let it go because so much is coming, so let it go. And let's now meditate. Close your eyes. Watch your posture. Prashant, I hope you're recording. Rahul, so yes, now he's the host. It's okay. Our bodies aligned, rounded, centered. So let's take a deep breath in. Feel the deep breath going in your body, staying there, and gradually as you exhale, observe it. The stomach should keep deflating. Any trapped air should keep coming out. Observe your breathing once more as you inhale. Stay with it. Gently exhale. Once more, and the last time for this morning, take a deep breath in, observe your breath. And exhale. Today, choose different parts of your body to focus your attention on. Briefly, let's focus our attention on hands, arms, feet, legs, abdomen, chest, back, neck, face, head. Feel the life energy inside those parts as intensely as you can. So every body part has a lot of energy. Feel it. Now feel the energy flowing from your head to your face, to your neck, to your shoulders, to your arms, to your chest, to your upper back, going from up to down. Just let it flow from up to down and down to up, up to down, down to up, again up to down, down to up. Feel the inner body in its totality as a single field of energy. Hold that feeling for a few minutes. Just hold it. Be intensely present during that time. Occasionally, succeed in drawing your attention out of the body and you lose yourself in some thought. If thoughts are coming, that means attention is broken. You will take some time, but gradually, when you start thinking about your beautiful wave energy, light energy, gushing in your body from one place to another to the first in a beautiful way of life, circle of energy. And that circle of energy, when it becomes one, you're profoundly aware of the oneness. That is when you're centered, balanced, aligned, in harmony with Mother Nature, being one. Whenever your thoughts come, don't give them any importance. Return back to your energy field. Because thoughts will pass if not thought about. Feel it. Your energy is so beautiful, so pure, full of oneness, that in this beautiful energy body, no disease will stay, no negativity will come, no negative emotions will come. You are all about energy and positive vibration, positive feelings, and positive health, physical, spiritual, emotional, mental, intellectual. You're healthy. And now you can lock your energy fields by imagining a silver white healing light coming and circling around your body chakra, your body energy. Lock. Now I invite the golden healing light from the sun and is going in the anti-direction. So one silver circle is moving in the right direction and the golden circle is moving in the left direction. It's circling very fast. Lock. A double lock has saved you. Now you need a third lock. So you invite the universal energy of love and light. The two beautiful universal elements combine and protect you in a world of love and light by giving you triple filter, triple safety. Whenever you're walking into a room with heavy vibrations, protect your aura like this. Protect your energy field, and nothing never can go wrong with you. And so it is. Let's bow down our heads in deep gratitude towards Mother Earth, Janani Janmabhoomi. Dear Mother Earth, thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for ensuring I do very well in my life. Thank you for giving me more compassion, more kindness, more love. I am nurturing myself into a better person. Thank you, dear life energy around me, for always keeping me safe and sound. Today, I've learned how to self heal myself, protect myself. And then I know I will only be resonating at the most highest of vibrations. No matter how much toxicity is around me, bimari hai, ill thoughts hai, feed people negative vibrations hai, nothing will affect me because I am one whole and pure. Now let's expand a hand towards the heavens above. Dear universe, thank you for having our back. Dear life, thank you for having my back. Dear divinities, thank you for blessing me with the choicest of blessings. Dear angels, thank you for always telling me that you exist and you're always showing yourselves up. To the guardians, for always ensuring we're protected. Today we invoked you and this energy, and we have come up with this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's expand our angel heart. I am love. I am light. Let me be the channel of blessings for someone today. Let me be the channel of love and light. I'm safe and happy. Wherever I turn, prosperity follows. I'm open and receptive for all the goodness and love from all universes. I am love. Let's fold our hands in gratitude for everything from top to bottom, as above, so below, as inside, so outside. We are all one. Rub your hands together. Bless your conscious subconscious mind for restructuring, reprogramming, unlearning, and learning. Bless your face, your eyes for seeing something beautiful, your ears for hearing something so lovely, your mouth for speaking only the best, your nose for sensing the right things, the touch, how beautiful. Shrug off all the excess weight which is there on your shoulder. Shrug it off like a flick of finger. Bless your arms for being so magical, your fingers, your nails. Bless your upper back, spinal cord, middle back, lower back, your hips. Bless your chest, your lungs, your heart, your liver, your stomach, your intestines, gallbladder, kidneys, sexual organs, excretory organs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, soles of your feet, nails, come up. Again, fold your hands in front of your heart. Dear beautiful body, thank you for blessing me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe. So all the organs, thank you for working on your optimum best. To the muscles, tissues, fibers, glands, thank you, thank you, thank you. To my trillions of cells in my body, thank you for absorbing only the best from me and discarding all which is not required. To the blood circulation system, thank you for keeping me active. to the energy that flows in me. I'm ever so grateful because the world is with energy and I am energy. And today I learned how to heal myself by safeguarding it. Dear energy, please come and help me bless and share my love, light, healing blessings, and wishes of abundance with my loved Sangha, them with the loved beings, and all beings on Mother Earth. Let there be light, all of love, light, and blessings for you. Sanya, Rigu, Naveen, Seema, Prakash, Jigisha, Asmeet, Ritu, Chandra, Gyanji, Ushaji, Nisha, Nikita, Ajay, Anju, Siddharth, Vandana, Mehak, Sailesh, Alona, Hina, Bhadbhai, Poonam, Rima, Mudita, Kripa, Sakshi, Pratima ji, Parul, Yashvi, Kachi Divan, Akshay, Anchal, Reena, Shubhra, Shami, Ankur, Monica, Minakshi, Bhuvan, Neetu, Radhika, Prashant, Richa, Sakshi, Karishma, Rohini, Rohini ji, Jitendra, Ankur, UV, Sunita, Ravi ji, Radhika, Udhya, Kavita, Mon Mando and Polite, Niriksha, Richa, Rahul sir, Ritesh sir, Amrita, Sanjay sir, Shweta. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you all. Have a beautiful, wonderful Wednesday. Tomorrow we shall meet yet again on Thursday, the blessed Thursday, the day of the Guru, with some more learning, some more sharing, some more light. And if you wish to reflect tomorrow, please let us know. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you yet again. See you. Lots of love.